So, welcome to week 3 of the Mets 2017 season. So, it's safe to say this week the Mets lost a few wheels and a few games. They managed one win this week, and they found different ways to lose. No, it wasn't just their hitting, it was their bullpen, errors, uh, bad pitching one game, and now it's starting to pick up the notion of, is it too early to press the panic button? Oh, yeah, we know. It's only April. They only played 18 games. Of course, it's too early. But, I mean, what's going to change? Their lineup. I keep saying it. I know I sound like a broken record to those who watch these Met videos. I'm tired of watching these guys who can't hit. They have two legitimate starters in their everyday lineup. Cespedes, who since he arrived in late July of 2015, has carried the franchise on his back. But you know what? Nobody's back is strong enough. Not one person's back is strong enough to carry a major league team every season. Just look at last year. Even with Cespedes the whole year, they still finished near last in almost every offensive category in the major leagues. Oh my God. And I'm getting pissed off listening to fellow Met fans come up with excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Everything but the Mets lineup. So, is it too early to press the panic button? Maybe. The only saving grace with the Mets is there's big three starting pitchers, keep them in the game, and the National League is very weak. I mean, you got the Nationals, the Dodgers, who usually are up there, who are a threat to win their division every year. The Cubs are the defending World Series champions. I mean, right now, do you feel confident the Mets are going to overtake the Nationals to win the division? No, I don't. I don't see that happening. So that leaves the wild card spots. And if you look at the stats out west, Colorado and Arizona have gotten off to good starts. Colorado leads the NL West at 13-6. Arizona's 12-8, and the Dodgers are in third place, 9-10. But you know that's going to change. They're going to improve. They're not going to finish at 500. So really, if Colorado and Arizona keep this hot start going, that's going to leave one playoff spot. I mean, come on, man. You can't keep saying it's too early. I mean, the best thing about the Mets' early schedule was that they played 29 out of 38 games against predicted preseason below 500 teams. Except two series with the Nationals, everybody they played in April and early May are teams below 500. So yeah, this week the ugly sores that are festering on the Mets came out. The bullpen blew it, and we had to hear, oh, wait until they get Familia back. Okay, He'll help. He's not going to hurt. He's had a pretty good two-year run as the closer for the Mets. Reed, who gave up a two-run homer, he's going to be a good setup man. But this is another thing, and I don't know if this week correlates with the Mets starters not being able to pitch more than 6 innings, 7 tops, because they're all coming back from elbow surgeries and shoulder surgeries and Tommy John surgeries. That's going to catch up to their bullpen later on in the season. And then the defense, I said it last week, it looks very stale. And because they need offense, they played 4 outfielders this week. They played Bruce at first. He made a big error. Reyes, he made another error, a big error. They made 3 errors in the Phillies game. And speaking of Reyes, he's about a hair away from being released. He got off to an awful start. Awful. I mean, a dreadful start. He's hit 095. He's like 5 for 48. And I don't know if you're aware, there was a news report that his ex-girlfriend, a former model, whoever she is suing him for child support. Apparently, he got her pregnant, and he doesn't see the kid. I mean, it has nothing to do with baseball, but don't forget he's coming off that suspension for domestic violence. The Mets just might cut him and cut their losses with him. And then we had Met fans. I had one Met fan write to me, "Oh, we're waiting to get our captain back, David Wright." David Wright is finished. He's 34, going on 34. He's coming off 2 major surgeries. He is not a major league starter anymore. At best, he's going to be a pinch hitter or a backup player, and he makes $20 million. Of course, the Mets didn't improve in the offseason. In their eyes, they resigned Cespedes, and they didn't trade Bruce. So in their eyes, in their minds, those were their acquisitions in the offseason. But it's the same team as last year. But we know the Mets MO, the Wilpons MO. Wait and see. And again, another year. They'll wait and see at the deadline whether they're buyers or sellers, and then they'll make a decision. And speaking of the big 3, I'm sure they're dreading. I'm sure in the back of their minds they're dreading when the time comes that they're gonna have to. When these guys are up for free agency, these guys are gonna ask for huge money. I'll tell you right now, they're not gonna keep all 3. One of them is going. They're not gonna keep all 3. And that's what frustrates me to death. That's why I start sweating when I hear Met fans say, "Oh, it's early. They're going to start hitting," or this, that. Listen, do you think having 3 ace pitchers on your team all in their prime at once happens every year? How long do you think that's going to last? This Mets team should be a dangerous team. If they had any offense, they'd be dangerous. They'd be so dangerous with these 3 arms. plus Matz and Wheeler if they turn out to be anything. Oh yeah, that's going to be one of the reasons why one of these guys is going, because they'll keep Matz and Wheeler, and they'll make up for it. They're not going to keep three. They're not going to pay these guys. They're not going to shell out three $150 million contracts, multi-year contracts. So enjoy these guys while they're here. They'll probably keep Syndergaard, and it'll come down between Harvey and DeGrom. I mean, right now, if I'm picking, I have to pick DeGrom to stay. Harvey's injury prone. He, I'm sorry to say, but if I have to make the decision, I'm picking DeGrom. DeGrom to stay. Harvey goes. Oh boy. So here he is, Terry Collins. I said it last week. He is the eternal optimist. This guy, I think the Met fans take their cues from Terry Collins at press conferences and his sound bites. This guy has more excuses, more spins. I don't know if he speaks to the media one way and thinks another way in the dugout in the clubhouse. Listen, I'll give the guy one thing. The players do play for him and don't quit and don't tank it. That's what I'll give him. But just read these quotes. After yesterday's loss to the Nationals, where the Mets nearly got no hits, they managed to get 2 hits. I just don't have an answer for you, except we're not hitting. Oh no, really? Of course he doesn't have an answer, because Terry Collins, if you had an answer, the Mets wouldn't be one of the worst offensive teams for the last 4 years. Oh, I can hear it right now. The Met fans, whoever's watching this, oh, they're not that bad. They hit a lot of home runs. What good of home runs? What good of solo home runs if there's nobody on base? Go look up the batting averages of some of these players and the on base percentage. Who cares if they hit home runs? Home runs mean nothing. If you're not driving in runs, if you're not getting on base, if you're not getting hits, if you're not drawing walks, they mean nothing. You can't have 5 players in your lineup doing the same thing, hitting 20 home runs, striking out 140 times, can't get on base except with a home run. The Mets dropped the seventh game and 7 and 8 games after opening 7-3. Our pitching has kept us in the game. Wow, what a revelation! When you get beat 3-1 and you think you got blown out, that's not good. Yeah, do you know what that means? Because even though they lost 3-1, they were never in the game. They had no shot to be in the game because he knows, and the team knows, that they have no chance to get any runs, to generate any runs, to produce any runs. To them, a rally is reaching on an error or getting a walk. That's a rally for the Mets these days. Forget getting 2 hits in 1 inning. Our pitching staff has kept us in games, Collins stressed. We're just not giving them help. Yeah, you haven't been giving them help for the last 3 seasons. Go ask Matt Harvey a couple years ago. The guy, he should have won 20 games. Every game he pitched 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. So, and again, these are the culprits. I think. I had one guy tell me Sandy Olson, the Mets, the reason the lineup is constructed this way, it's Sandy Olson. He likes home runs. Everywhere he goes, it's always a home run hitting team. Yeah, but there's a couple of high average hitters, contact hitters in there. I'm sure Sandy Olson is too intelligent of a baseball man to stack his lineup with 20 one-dimensional hitters, 20 home run hitters who hit 250 and strike out 140 times and get 40 walks with 300 batting on base average. And then you have Jeff Wilpon. These guys are still trying to uh, recoup their money from the Bernie Madoff scandal. It's a wait and see approach. Yeah, okay. In a way, I can understand not burning the money, not burning your money like it's monopoly money. A lot of teams in sports they do that. They start throwing big money to players and they start signing players and they get stuck with these contracts. Okay, I understand that. But listen, you gotta realize your organization has a window open. You have three aces on your pitching staff that are gonna keep you in the have a good shot at getting you to the World Series. If only you could provide them a decent offense, an above average offense, not even a great offense, an above average offense. I had one fan say, make more excuses. Another excuse, his reasoning was, oh, it's April, it's cold, the ball isn't going out of the park. Go check out the Yankees, who play across town in New York. The same weather. It's not 95. It's not 85 degrees in the Bronx and 45 degrees in Queens. Oh, and then and another excuse. Oh, the Yankees didn't play at home this week. At this weekend, they were away. That's why they hit. The Yankees have hit 16 home runs at Yankee Stadium and only 9 on the road. Stop making excuses. And I'm tired. I come before I go. I'm tired of people think I'm negative. I'm always being negative. The same fan I'm talking about. He's talking about Conforto. He's the future. He's not the future if he can't hit lefties. Last year he was 5 for 48 with 15 strikeouts against left-handed pitching. This year he hasn't even faced a lefty, and you think that's by coincidence? Met fans clamoring for Conforto to become an everyday player. Why? So he could ruin his confidence playing against hitting against lefties like he did last year. He's a platoon player right now. Could he improve in the future? Maybe. Listen, some major league hitters have trouble hitting the same side. Meaning, if they're right-handed hitters, they have trouble hitting right-handed pitches. If they're left-handed hitters, they have trouble hitting left-handed pitches. It's tough to hit in the major leagues to hit the same side. Hitting against righties so far, yeah, outstanding, showing a lot of promise. But it's only against righties. If you want to be optimist, yes, there's more righties than lefties, more right-handed pitchers than left-handed pitchers in baseball. There's more right-handed people than left-handed people. Right now, we will take any offense anywhere we can get it from. So I hope you liked this format, And for those of you who are still wondering who the black and white picture is, that's one of the greatest managers of all time, Connie Mack. And that player is one of the all-time greatest home run hitters, Jimmy Fox. Tell me what you think. Like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Do you think it's too early to panic? I'm out.